Morning on this really dull day. It's really dull. There's like no light at all. So morning, all things photography. So I always have a camera with me. So today I've got, can you see, Canon EOS 1DX. Now, isn't it funny how your motivation to buy a camera is? So let's talk about the motivation to buy a camera. So my motivation to buy a camera is so all nostalgic. It's never actually based on need, apart from, for example, I want a specific bird image, bird of prey image, and I want the best camera to take that image. But any cameras that I actually own right now, as in I've already bought, you know, it's like when I still use my EOS 1D. I still use my EOS 1. I've then since bought my EOS 1 RS, EOS 1N RS. I bought two of them. Now, my original EOS 1, the one that I've had for years, I had that magnet problem. Now, actually, when thinking about it, it probably wasn't that bad. It probably could have been fixed, but I was emotional about it. I overthought about it, and ultimately, I sold it for nothing. But then bought two newer, or newer as in less long of owning, still 30-year-old cameras. So when you think of it like that, and then since then I've then bought a Nikon D5, and now I've got this obsession with a Nikon F2. No, I already own a Nikon F3 with MD4 drive HP. Yeah, so it's the Nikon F3 that's got all what it needs. And I've got the leather bag. Now, what was interesting, yesterday I put on the 1976 King Kong. Guess what camera and camera bag? Yeah, Jeff Bridges. And it's as if and this is why you got to believe in the power of manifestation. It's as if I was looking at it. I've been looking at it for about 2 weeks now. A Nikon F2 with the MD2 motor drive. And I've been looking, and one sold the other day for £900, and it was beautiful, and it was black, and oh my gosh. And then there's another one for 1,300, and there's another one for almost £2,000. And then there's the so I'm thinking all of these, I'm looking, and then there was one for £340, but there's some fungus in the screen. So I'll be but then why do I want that camera? What is in my mind? Why am I thinking to myself, why do I want that camera? And why do I want that camera is, again, nostalgic. It reminds me of when I used to buy the old camera magazines and just look at the magazines and look at what cameras people used to have. It reminds me of all of those things. Now, will I take good photos with it? Of course I will. Going back though, obviously it's film, obviously it's slower, obviously, but they were the fastest things at the time. So there were no good photographs taken in 1976. Do you see what I mean? Of course there were. So as a result, buying an older film camera is more towards potentially me being better at photography, being better compositionally, being more conservative with my images. So think to yourself, all things photography, yeah. Why do we buy? It's the same reason why people with money buy old cars. It's nostalgia. It's what it made them feel like when they were younger. It's all of those types of things. Because there's no way, for example, other than the feel in my hand, I'm going to take better photographs with a Nikon f2 than I will with a Canon EOS 1DX or a Nikon D5 or my Hasselblad H4D50. Yeah, because remember I've got a Hasselblad as well. But alongside my Hasselblad, I've got a Bronica SQAM with a 250mm lens and a 2x converter. It's manual focus, so it's irrelevant. But again, in my mind, I want a Contax 645. Why? Why do I want a Contax 645 when I got a Hasselblad? Yeah, because it's something I wanted as a kid, nostalgia, that type of thing. Oh, so if you get a chance before I go, watch the 1976 King Kong film with Jeff Bridges and look how much screen time the Nikon f2 gets and the sound of the shutter. Go, I'm going to put the picture of it. I'm going to try and find a picture of it and put it on as the thumbnail. But it's absolutely phenomenal. The sound of it. Yeah. Listen, all things photography, like and subscribe. The competition is on, but it's my fault. I haven't got out the payment things. I haven't marketed it across all platforms. I've only marketed it on my YouTube, but I haven't had any DMs about it. So DM me. So listen, photography competition. I need to talk about the prizes, all that sort of thing. Listen, like and subscribe. Nice one, guys.